Go, fetch me a quart of sack. Have I lived to be carried in a basket and to be thrown into the Thames like a barrow of butcher's offal? The rogue slighted me into the river with as little remorse as he would have drowned a bitch's blind puppies. And you may know by my sighs that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking.
Falstaff, the fat and fruity knight of Shakespeare's Wooden O, the Globe Theatre on the Bankside, where Southwark Cathedral stands. See the courtiers of Queen Elizabeth, an audience on the stage. Hear the groundlings shouting in the pit for Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, and King Lear, and some boy actor mouthing Cleopatra. Always from the Southwark end of London Bridge, the Borough High Street ran. Roman legions marched on it, Chaucer's pilgrims rode on it, pausing at the tavern for their dinner. Coaching inns were snug and warm, and one of them is there today.
What? You ain't never been to the George before? Makes you think of horses, don't it? Them galleries, yes, they was always there. Round the courtyard, see?
One roast and veg, tough. 2 mild and bitter and a pint of stout. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Well, as I was saying, there he was, looking like 2 penny for nothing, hanging out of an hospital window. Cool, ever so bad. What, dear? Oh, no, it's my jam roll. That gentleman over there.
Dickens knew the Borough High Street well. His knowledge, like Sam Weller's, was extensive and peculiar. He knew South London with its chimney pots and slums, the costers and their carts, the chestnuts roasted in the street, the winkles and the gin. And Dickens knew the watermen, whose children's children, still alive are masters of the river steamers, packed with pleasure-seeking crowds.
Now I guess we've got to keep our eyes open, Virginia. There's Blackfriars Bridge we're going under now. And that handsome building over there, that's Somerset House. And Waterloo Bridge we're coming to.
That's the Royal Festival Hall, Blodwen, where the choir sing. Oh, isn't it lovely, Blod?
That big palace? I don't know. Ah, yeah. This is County Hall, where the LCC governs London.
Oh, look, Mum. Trains on the bridge. And what's that funny thing?
Cleopatra's needle, it says, look. She'd have a lot of knitting to do with that great thing, wouldn't she?
And there's Scotland Yard, where the police will be after you if you know a good boy, Jamie.
Sure, but you don't have to tell me, Al. I know this is Westminster. I got a picture of it back home.
Big Ben, sound of London, heart of the Commonwealth, mother of parliaments. The face of the clock looks out from its tall Gothic tower, where the lamp burns far into the night, when the Commons are sitting. In the gorgeous pile of honey-coloured stone, with 1,100 rooms within, and 2 miles of passages. Of the earlier palace, nothing remains save Westminster Hall. Here, alone in the taper-lit silence, kings lie in state under the hammer-beam roof that has seen England's history. Here King Charles was tried and sentenced to death. And the figure that stands on the lawn outside, Oliver Cromwell, ruled as protector. But not for long could London live without her kings and queens. Here they and Parliament hammered out the British Constitution. And in the chamber where the Commons sit with Mr. Speaker presiding, voices echo down the ages. The voices of Hampden and Pitt, of Gladstone, Burke and Disraeli, and the vintage voice of Winston Churchill.
Should the invader come to Britain, there will be no placid lying down of the people in submission before him, as we have seen, alas, in other countries. We shall defend every village, every town, and every city.
Out in the space of Parliament Square, the afternoon traffic thickens, but Abbey stands in the sacred silence of its 900 years of history. And from the great west door along the nave, the columns recede in a fabulous forest of stone, while the choristers' voices weave in with a lofty pattern of arches. Tomb of royal kings and queens, and superb setting for their coronation. Holy shrine of Edward the Confessor. Grave of the poets, Chaucer among them. And last resting place of the unknown warrior beneath the delicate tracery of master masons and the jeweled glass of the great rose window. The cloisters and the college garden are quiet in the sheltering murmur of trees. But outside again, the traffic swirls. And now it's time for tea. Tea in St. James's Park with a wonderful view across the lake, where the willows dip their tasseled green in the glassy surface of the water. Ducks fussing and swimming about, and children tossing them bread. Boys and girls go hand in hand over the grass in the shade of the trees. And in the deck chair heat of the lazy day, the elderly sit around the park and nod to the sound of the band.